what's going on, boys and girls? So I got a question that somebody recently asked me that kind of interests me. A lot of people seem to think me of as a Linux guy because a lot of my conversations generically involve Linux, which is fine. However, I'm not a Linux guy. I'm not a Windows guy. I'm not a Mac OS guy or an Android guy or an iOS guy. I'm a technology guy. That's the thing people don't, I think, understand about where I come from and how I do these topics that interest me and that kind of stuff. Like, it's technology, it's video games, it's software, it's hardware, it's all that kind of stuff. So the only thing you're ever going to find on this channel is stuff that kind of generally interests me, or reaction videos to where I apply to stupidity, but generically. But for me, I'm not a Linux guy. I'm not a Windows guy. I'm not any of that. I'm just a technology enthusiast. I like technology. Do I have my preferred platforms? Of fucking course. We all do. Some prefer iOS, some prefer Android. Personally, for me, if it was still kicking, I would probably still be a BlackBerry 10 user. But I gotta live in reality too. So, for me, it's more about what tool works best for the job. I'm a pragmatist above all else. And if Linux works best, awesome. If another OS works better for a particular task I need, that's awesome too. Will I ever dump Windows and strictly be a one OS person? No. Specifically as it relates to Windows, I can't dump 10 grand worth of games. That's just reality. I love Proton, I love Linux, but the reality is I paid for 10 grand worth of games and I want access to 10 grand worth of games. Things are getting better there, but that's just my take on it. I still use Steam. On Linux, I use Steam Play, Steam Proton, whatever you want to call it. But for me, it's about the best tool for the job. And for when it comes to gaming, barring games that are available on Linux, it's going to be, there's always going to be a Windows box around, and that's just kind of the way it is. But that's just kind of my take on it. So you tell me, am I right or wrong for, being a pragmatist and not a ideological person like a lot of the Linux community tend to be? Believe it or not, those of us who don't usually speak are usually the pragmatists because we just want to get shit done. We're too busy working as opposed to whining and bitching. Maybe the zealots, the floss-only morons, should try it.